Right, so before we get into the main point of the video, which is how to lose weight, but we will get into that a little bit later. I want to explain a little bit at the moment. This is a life update, an update on myself. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'll explain a little bit about myself in a second. Those of you who are subscribed and watch my videos regularly, thank you very much. We are now up to 3,000 subscribers. 3,000 subscribers. This channel is growing bigger than I ever imagined. You know, if you logged on at the beginning of my YouTube career, not that I'm making any money of it, you will know how happy I was at 100 subscribers, and I did a little funny dance on Instagram. No dance for 3K, but thank you very, very much for subscribing. Those of you that are new to the channel, I'm predominantly a motor vlogger. I ride motorcycles, that means, and I talk inside my crash helmet, edit it, put it on YouTube, and we're a great community. The motovlogging community is great and very tight. I'm vlogging at the moment basically because I'm off the bike. I've had some illnesses, I've got spine problems, which means I'm on all sorts of medication and I'm in pain most of the day. So I haven't ridden for about 5-6 weeks. The medication I'm on is cocodamol, which is codeine based, and gabapentin, which is a nerve suppressant. I'm also on sort of like other anti-inflammatory stuff. So what's predominantly been going on in the last few weeks is I've been to see a few specialists. I finally got my appointment with the NHS and it was the wrong one. They sent me to a hand clinic. This is because on the notes it said I had loss of feeling in my right hand. They ignored the bit where it said it comes from the spine, the C5, C6 joint, which means it's suppressing the nerve, losing feeling, getting lots of pain. I mean, it was written there. How they made the mistake, I don't know. Anyway, I went to see the guy, nice guy. Didn't specialise in spines, but specialised in hands. But he did have a look at the MRI scan and confirmed that we're going for the nerves and I need some kind of injections or nerve root blocks for the neck. So hopefully I should get that done. July 19th, I'm seeing a specialist for that. So hopefully we can rush that through because I've got an American trip coming up and I need to ride the motorcycle for about 3,000 miles in 12 days. So we're struggling here. If you are wondering why I'm speaking a little bit faster than normal, it's because I've only got half an hour to film this whole video. I take the drugs every 4 hours, which means I've got a half-hour sweet spot in the middle where I can record stuff and do stuff. I usually fall asleep at this point, but today I've decided to make a video. Anyway, before you go blaming the NHS, all you people out there, or the invasion, I don't know why I did that. That's not the bit I need to do that on. The invasion of NHS tourists or medical tourists, whatever you like to call them, foreigners coming in and using our free system just for the sake of it because it's free. Statistically, you might not like this, but statistically it's obesity and smoking that take up the majority of the NHS's budget. Also, they don't have enough staff. Sorry if that offends you, I'm just going on facts rather than jumping on that bandwagon that the tabloids would tell you that it's because foreigners come in and just annihilate the country. Simply not true. Anyway, so here are the things. I'm not breaking science here. I'm not gonna come out with some miracle cure for you. I wouldn't recommend doing what I do. It's not for everyone, but it has worked. And this was not my plan. This came about because I needed to counteract something and I just fell into this loop. And it seems to have worked. It involves no gym work whatsoever. I have not been to the gym in about 7 weeks. Right, so let's get on to what the actual video is about and why it has that title. I put this picture up on Instagram.
Get ugly.
And it caused a little bit of a stir. People were asking me how I lost the weight. A lot of people of my age. I'm 46, I'm no spring chicken. But they asked how I lost the weight. And I sent a few private messages out because I was planning on making a video like this one on it. But I told them it's not a miracle. There is no miracle secret. This is science and probably a little bit of luck with a stroke of unluck-iness. Right, so how did I do it? It's not a diet. It's not something you can buy off the shelf.
Oh no!
I would not recommend you do this because of these things. Number one, no, I won't list it like that. I will tell you how it came about that I got into this position. Now, I did go to the gym on and off for a year, 2 years, to get to the point of the #1 picture that before. I stopped going about 2-3 months ago, so I was probably a little bit bigger than that when I actually started losing the weight 5 weeks ago. That picture on the, I don't know, it'd be left or right to you, the fat guy, he is slightly smaller than I was when I started this, so that's a good picture of me. Miserable face, but a good picture of me. It came about that I had to lose weight, or I started losing weight, primarily because of my injuries. I've got disc problems in my neck, as I said before in the video. I'm taking gabapentin, I'm taking cocodamol. Not a problem. I feel sick on cocodamol, so that's not good. And gabapentin, I feel quite sick on that as well. So the cocodamol gave me a loss of appetite. You know where I'm going with this. So I started eating less, but I started eating rubbish. I would snack. I wouldn't eat proper meals because I didn't fancy a big meal. So I'd have a bag of crisps or some kind of rubbish, a portion of chips, a chocolate bar. I wouldn't really eat properly. Then I started, 5 weeks before the second picture, gabapentin. And what I read on the gabapentin bump, or whatever you call it, the warnings, the labels, it was a weight gainer, and the doctor said you can gain weight on this. It will encourage your brain to make you feel hungry all the time. So at that point, obviously, if you look at it before, I couldn't afford to put on extra weight, knowing that I wasn't going to the gym and I don't know when my neck's going to be fixed, and I've got a summer holiday coming up, so I couldn't do that. So what I decided to do was go high protein, low carb, which is a standard diet. It is a standard diet. It's out there. Atkins do one, and loads of other people do one on that kind of scheme. So I decided to go down that route, very high protein. So I gave up pastas, bread, chips, crisps, all that rubbish, and went high protein. I only eat now eggs, bacons, chicken. I've got protein bars, which again is on my Instagram, not sponsored, but they've helped me out because they actually taste great. So in that time, I have lost 17 pounds and I look okay for it. But don't think it's going to work for everyone, because you have to damage your neck first. You have to take a load of medication to make you feel sick so you don't actually miss the food. Then you have to get your mindset into you're going to eat pure protein to counteract the medicines. And basically, it's mind. It's all in the mind. If you can do the protein bit, if you really can do the high protein bit, low carb, and let me tell you this, it is a killer. It's mentally destroying when you do that. It is really hard. Anyone says that you can lose weight just by doing this, just by doing that, is a liar. It is fundamentally 3 things. Eat healthy, even though I would say the protein diet I'm on now is not healthy. Don't do it to the extreme I do it. I'm only doing it because I feel so sick all the time and I don't really want to eat. I'm eating as a mechanical thing to just feed me. Number 2, exercise. You need to exercise. Although I have lost this weight, it's not a healthy way of doing it. You need to exercise as well to get some kind of shape to your body if you wish to go down that route. If you're just losing weight for the sake of losing weight, brilliant, but you will need to exercise because the weight will come off quicker if you exercise. If I was exercising while still doing the diet and eating what I am eating at the moment, then I probably would have lost 20 pounds, 25 pounds, or maybe even still 17 pounds, but the muscle would have replaced the fat. So I'd be a definite different shape, a much better shape. I might even have a 6-pack at some point, who knows? If you want a 6-pack, this is a separate thing. This is just like a sideline, if you like. The only way to get a 6-pack is in the kitchen. seriously, it's all about eating. We all have six packs because if you didn't have those muscles in your stomach, you wouldn't be able to move left and right, up and down. It's a fundamental way of moving your body. They are there. The hardest bit is locating them, and that is all down to diet and exercise. It is really as simple as that. Don't get hung up by the miracle cure. Don't spend thousands and thousands of pounds going to this guy, that guy, this woman, getting this crazy machine that's just come out.
Your biceps, triceps, pecs, delts, quads, lats, and glutes.
It is all down to this. Basically, it is all down to this. It's all down to the brain. The brain controls everything. You need willpower, and willpower is the hardest thing to get when you're dealing with weight loss exercise. As they say, the hardest bit is getting into the gym. It's not when you're there. The hardest bit is getting there. The hardest bit with losing weight is starting. Once you're on it, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's not fucking easy. No one ever said losing weight was easy. If it was easy, everyone would look like a model. Everyone would have that designer body for the beach, but we simply don't. So, here's the thing. Do you want to look good for the expense of health? The way I've lost weight is not healthy. So here's the thing about that picture. This is the first time I've had the confidence to take my top off in public. And I don't mean when I'm going to the pool or down the beach. I'll take my top off and go for a swim. I'm not that insecure. But I mean in the public media sense, in the social media sense, putting it out there so strangers can see that, are going to make comments and can interact with me. This is the first time I've had that confidence, and I'm 46. I would never have had the confidence growing up through my teenage years until where I am now. But with the luck of, I'm not even going to call it luck, it's not luck. With the problems I've got with my neck with a disc degeneration disease or degenerative disc disease, whichever way around you want to call it, it's kick-started me onto dieting because I read the instructions that it was going to bloat me and encourage me to make me even bigger. And I have a cut-off point. I'll always cut off around 17 to 18 stone. If I get up there, I will always diet. So I've been a yo-yo dieter throughout my life. But this time, I've got something to build on. So when it is fixed, my neck, I can get back to the gym. I've got to change my eating habit. And that's another tip. You've got to change your lifestyles. You've got to change your eating habits. You can't just diet, eat well, and then go back to eating the shit you've got. Yo-yo dieting is not good for the body. That's going to fuck you up. What I'm trying to say is, thank you for the positivity that you've shown me through Instagram and private messages, and the interest that people have had in how I lost the weight. I'm sorry it's not a miracle cure. I really am. It's nothing spectacular. It's the luck bit was it kick-started me onto losing weight and going onto a diet. The bad luck is I've still got problems with my neck. I'm heavily medicated. So hopefully I can get sorted with the neck, get down the gym, build on the way this unlucky situation has helped my body shape out. Not my health, but my body shape out. And then when I get all this sorted, I can eat really healthily, start introducing more fruits and vegetables and get on that side of things and just get healthier and get more positive in life, because that's the thing, positivity. As I've said all throughout this video, the key to most things is this. It's not fancy videos, it's not fancy YouTube videos, it's not fancy advertising, it's whether you can control your brain enough to have the willpower to want to do what you need to do. Anyway, it sounded like a lecture. It wasn't meant to be that. It's meant to be a fun video. But that's how I lost that amount of weight in that amount of time. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's about the end of it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button, share, do everything you need to do to make me more popular, because that's what YouTube's about. Views and subscriptions. Anyway, see you on the next one. Fish out.